Hello and welcome back to The Studio Life. It's our first episode in a long time. The strike is over. I have some thoughts, and I know this may come across as a little bit antagonizing. We've had a lot of frustration here on this lot because the strike has had an impact, and so I love the writers and I love the actors, and I'm a studio owner. And although I'm not a studio owner that's a union shopman, so I didn't really have a horse in this race. So in a lot of ways, I was just sitting back as a spectator to this whole thing and paying attention. In the beginning, I felt very sympathetic toward the writers and the actors. And as time went on, I realized that there, for the most part, was really two sides of this. Number one, we had the writers, the actors, and the studios. And on the other side, we had a lot of other people who were impacted, and fairly severely. This particular lot, the lot that we are on, laid off 35,000 people. Not just this lot, they're a global organization. They've got lots all over the world. We're talking about 35,000 people. And they're primarily a real estate shop, meaning those were not even the people who were in the production space. Many of those people were the maintenance people. They were people who worked for the lot that provided all kinds of services. They were renting gear, they were servicing gear, they were doing all kinds of stuff.
Cafe people, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
And as you could see from Claudia, who's standing right on the other side, the cafe people. I want to talk a little bit about who was impacted by this, because it wasn't just the lot, it wasn't just the gardeners, and it wasn't just the people on the local cafe. We're talking about the people who are impacted on a production set. And I want to start by saying SAG, AFTRA, and the Writers Guild, and the people who run the studio comprise almost 0% of the people on a set. The set is run by people who start at the very beginning and move all the way to the very end. And that begins, yes, with some writers, maybe some great ideas, but then we get into the people who are starting on the business side, the investors and things like that. But let's get into the production itself, and let's start talking about wardrobe, catering, camera, audio, lighting, PAs. You've got the people who are renting the gear, the people who are delivering the gear and the transportation. You've got tons of editors. When you get to a set, all of these people are here to service a production, of which the talent does walk in at some point. And yes, the writers may appear on set from time to time. But we're talking about an entire industry that has been essentially destroyed for many, many months. And the reason why I share this is because the one thing that I noticed when I read the results of the negotiations was that none of these other people were protected. So congratulations to the studios and the writers and the actors and those people who are going to benefit from this. You have effectively destroyed the lives of hundreds of thousands or millions of people who make their lives and their professions from this particular industry. The only other thought I wish to share at this particular moment is that AI somehow factored into this conversation. Now, I started my career in this business as a photographer. And I can tell you, technology has always been our enemy. It has also always been our friend. And we're accomplishing things now that we could never have accomplished before. But somehow the idea that we could fight against technology seemed relevant in all of these negotiations. And my one fear was that we impacted the lives, or maybe I should say you, impacted the lives of so many people in this industry, the backbone of this industry, the expertise in this industry, the people who get this stuff done, for something you cannot fight against. Technology is coming. The only question is how it is embraced, not how it is protected from. It cannot be the enemy, because it will be here on our doorsteps. And so I have done my best from time to time to employ people who might not have otherwise been employed. I certainly have not done enough. We're talking about a couple of times where I've done something to support people who were completely unemployed, who couldn't pay their mortgages. But I do want to take a moment. This is worth a moment of silence while everybody's out there celebrating. This is the moment where we should stop and take a breath and say, you know what? Yeah, it may have worked out for you. Not even all the people in your unions. It may have worked out for you, but there are a lot of people who have just lost their houses. And so I just want to pay attention and say, hopefully, this is the friggin' last time this happens for a very, very long time.